What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
It's no problem. For me, you guys are just the right warm-up.
We have been underestimated. I am pissed off too. I won't forgive you, even if you cry.
Unlike the situation with Dino and Veyron, this conflict was very serious. Ultima was even enjoying herself. She had gauged Pico and Gracia's abilities and determined they were weaker than her. She was correct. Pico and Gracia were strong, with existence values around 2 million, but still a step below Ultima. Furthermore, Ultima had the rare experience of fighting to the death against an equal opponent, Damrata. This gave her confidence that these two would be perfect for honing her skills.
If I hit you, maybe you'll regain your free will, so I'll help you out.
That never works. Yeah, mind your own business.
With these casual exchanges, the battle commenced. To the casual observer, the fight between Dagruel and Fenn was extremely intense. In reality, neither was fighting seriously. If they had been, everyone around would have felt the pressure of their fighting spirit, and some might not have been able to stand. At the very least, the battle would have been less controlled. But the observation period was ending. The other groups moved to their own battlefields to avoid fighting in the confined building. As a result, Dagruel and Fenn were the only ones left in the multi-storied Heavens Tower.
It's been a while since I have been this fired up. Brother, I am about to get serious.
Humph, that's what I want.
Fenn's fighting spirit swelled. His power, rivaling that of a true dragon, exerted visible pressure on Dagruel. But Dagruel wasn't backing down either. By channeling his fighting aura into his body, he transformed his muscles into something suited for combat. This signaled the start of an all-out clash between the two brothers, each holding unwavering goals. Fenn wanted to revive the chaotic Dagruel of the past. In contrast, Dagruel sought stability and order. He was prepared to go to war if needed, but not without a purpose. Their objectives were incompatible. However, the winner of this battle would impose his will on the other. Because the struggle grew fiercer. Gradually, Fenn began to gain the upper hand in what had initially been a balanced fight. The difference in their strength became evident. Additionally, the crucial factor was the GCash, a chain Fenn could manipulate at will. Crafted by Veldanava himself, it was an unbreakable chain, boasting superior strength and flexibility, even beyond mythical grade. Having been restrained by it for so long, Fenn could now control GCash as if it were an extension of himself.
You're so arrogant. You've gotten even stronger to push me this far, eh?
Dagruel was taken by surprise as his hands and feet were bound by GCash. His face twisted in pain. Fenn smirked.
Brother, you'd better accept the memories of the pain I deeply experienced.
With that, he delivered a powerful headbutt. In that moment, Dagruel and Fenn's souls connected, and their memories and emotions intertwined. This resulted in a sharing of memories. Consequently, Dagruel remembered.
Do you remember now, brother?
Humph, I feel like I've woken up.
I see. Well, that's good.
Fenn's smile broadened. He then extended his hand to his brother Dagruel in a gesture of brotherly love. That hand was firmly grasped.
Now then, it's time to fight. Let's show the world the power of our Titan army.
Of course, as expected of brother, that's the spirit.
Dagruel shouted, and Fenn smiled joyfully. The member of the Octagram, and the giant demon lord who guarded the Heavens Tower, was no more. The ancient evil deity had returned. Under Dagruel's command, the giant warriors were all summoned. The Titan army was renamed the Chained Titan Army. They began their march into the desolate desert to recreate the tyranny of ancient times. It was not an orderly movement. Each warrior took their own weapons and followed Dagruel's commands. Without any preparation time, their collective action was executed with a speed that mocked military organization. Even Glassword, who had allied with Leon, was no exception.
It seems that the reason for hostility has vanished. From now on, I will be your comrade in battle.
With these words to Leon, Glassword left the scene. Leon handled this calmly. It had been the expected outcome if Fenn won. Seeing this, Ultima felt like crying.
Hold on, are you kidding me? No matter how much stronger I've gotten, this is just too much.
She was tempted to complain. After all, their number of allies had decreased, while the number of enemies had increased. This was exactly the strategy Rimuru had aimed for, and now the enemy was trying to pull it off. Fortunately, Dagruel, who was now an enemy, ignored Ultima and the others and started to advance. Though she shouldn't see it as a blessing, she couldn't help but think they were lucky. Had they been targeted, they would have been defeated. In any case, the situation was dire. Even Veyron, who had been fighting evenly against Dino, couldn't hide his impatience.
Ultima-sama, what should we do? We're running out of time, and maybe it's best to start over.
Not fearing Ultima's displeasure, he even suggested this. Ultima didn't complain and fell silent. She was deep in thought.
You have definitely gotten stronger, but with Dagruel on our side now, you're out of luck, right? That's right. Just give up and head back to the demon world. We won't chase you, and we will call it a draw.
Gracia and Pico, who had been completely outmatched, were now overflowing with confidence. Like Ultima, they had been fighting without using their full abilities. As a result, they had been humiliated despite having the advantage of numbers. But now that the tables had turned, they felt a surge of happiness.
Shut up, I know that, too. But if I back down now, I won't be able to face Rimuru-sama.
Ultima's frustration was growing. When she got like this, she was more inclined to go on a rampage than to focus on winning. Rimuru had informed her that Dino and the others were under Michael's control. Thus, she had been trying to neutralize them without going all out. But the question was, if she really gave it her all, could she defeat all the enemies here? If it came down to life and death, the odds would be better. Even so, Ultima knew she couldn't be certain. Leon, Dino, Pico, and Gracia. Of the four, Dino would be the most problematic. And perhaps, if Leon and Ultima fought seriously, it wouldn't be surprising if either of them won. In other words, there was no guarantee of victory. Veyron was right, which is why Ultima didn't throw a tantrum and stayed silent. She considered her options, but the situation didn't allow for much deliberation. So, Ultima made her decision.
I trust Rimuru-sama. He should be here soon, so we'll hold them off until then. Any objections, Veyron?
By your will.
And so, the plan was set.
You made the right choice. I commend you, Ultima.
The long-awaited reinforcements had arrived just in time. I took Diablo and Soy to the Holy Void Damerganya. We met up with Zonda via spatial transportation and rushed to Ultima's side. The scene we encountered was chaotic. The giants were gathering haphazardly, and before I knew it, they had formed a disciplined army. At the head of the group was Dagruel, but he seemed different from the one I knew. Our eyes met briefly, and he grinned at me. To be honest, it felt dangerous. I wondered what to do, but there was only one answer. Now was not the time to deal with Dagruel. I contacted the relevant parties via telepathy net, and left the area as quickly as possible. Now, I had just met up with Ultima and the others. I had brought Diablo and Soy with me. Adding Ultima, Veyron, and Zonda, we now had a force of 6. The opponents were Leon, Dino, Pico, and Gracia. If we could bring Leon back to his senses as planned, our victory would be assured.
What? Rimuru's here too. That's right, Dino-kun. However, I'll deal with you later.
I replied, focusing on Leon. Leon seemed to understand my intentions. The fact that he wasn't resisting indicated that Michael's control wasn't absolute. I didn't believe anyone could completely dominate someone with a will strong enough to acquire an ultimate skill. Even if such control existed, it would be a facade, merely restricting actions against Michael's will. So, I decided to address the situation. As I had declared, I would start with Leon, leaving Dino for later.
Leon, prepare yourself. Now devour all imaginary space, Beelzebub.
With that, a massive move was launched right from the start. Using the imaginary space, Beelzebub, controlled by the ultimate skill, Void God, Azathoth, Leon was drawn into the invisible realm. Then, Seal Sensei immediately performed a forced skill alteration on him. That was how Leon.
Even if it were part of the plan, I never want to do that again.
Well, he was successfully recovered. Thus, Leon had returned to our side. The next target was the apathetic Dino. His resistance would likely be minimal, given his lack of motivation from the start. I had delayed, thinking it would be simple to bring him back to his senses, but it seems I underestimated the situation. I felt a powerful presence, a pressure reminiscent of a true dragon getting serious. Simultaneously, I received a report from Soy, who had been in constant communication with the control room.
Rimuru-sama, the area around the Holy Void Damerganya has been sealed by an impenetrable barrier.
It was confirmed. The enemy leader had arrived.
They underestimated us to the point of sending just you.
Laughing, Diablo glanced at the figure standing calmly. It was Michael, the man who had taken over Rudra, bearing a face strikingly similar to Masayuki's.
Leon has been returned to us.
That's irrelevant. Leon's skill, the Purity King, Metatron, is already mine, and he himself was just bait.
Bait?
As I suspected, it's a double trap. He was thinking along the same lines as us, quite cleverly.
A double trap? Then, in this scenario,
Leon is the bait, and the real target is...
it's Masayuki.
Exactly.
I was outmaneuvered. He used Leon as bait, forcing me to weigh him against Masayuki as the key player. And I fell for it perfectly. In other words, Michael's plan succeeded the moment he lured me here. I knew Masayuki was valuable to the enemy, but I didn't expect such obsession. Still, if I couldn't be contained here, Michael's strategy would fail.
Isn't it premature to think you've won?
Is it? I don't think you guys will have a chance as soon as I get there.
Such confidence. Even with Dino and the others still under his control, I could free them. I was surprised by his confidence despite knowing this. Or perhaps he had another trick up his sleeve.
Your face says you think I'm plotting something. Relax. You are insignificant to me. I went along with Feldway because he was cautious, but I should have done this from the start.
The moment Michael finished speaking, Diablo suddenly collapsed. I had been on guard with magic perception, so I was certain it wasn't a surprise attack. To begin with, I had never seen Diablo fall before. I didn't think he was dead, but his complete stillness worried me.
Hey!
As Soy was about to rush over to him, he too collapsed on the spot.
What? I couldn't comprehend it.
In this bizarre situation, Leon drew his sword, and then he collapsed as well.
Are you kidding me?
I had no clue what was happening. I wasn't the only one stunned. Dino and the others were too. That meant the only one who knew what was happening here was Michael, the supposed attacker.
What on earth is going on?
No way.
No way, huh? So even Seal-san doesn't get it.
That's not good. I had no idea what was happening, and escaping seemed impossible. Leaving Diablo and Soy behind was never an option, and the same went for Leon.
Ultima, take those who are down and get out of here.
But
It's fine. I have a plan.
I didn't really have one.
Please wait, Rimuru-sama. I can still fight.
Oh, so Diablo is alright after all.
I figured he wasn't dead, but I should have finished him off.
That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for always watching my videos and supporting my channel. A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Chad Vota, Nate, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rossan, Jerry Sladek, Ray Perez, Donald Williams, Moab A, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, Sanketh Chelu, T. Bush, John L, Edgar Fuentes, JV, Thomas, J, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Vethelny, Khaled, Christian Deshazer, Cal Robs, Divine C. Harris, Panda Cats, DeAndre Nance, Monty Boy 98, D-Man, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Kamal Ebanks, Isaac, Koala King 93, Paul DeGrassi, Little 95, Quilly Buckner, Zephyrus, Alver, Normal Defate, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Liron Sangkap, Lucas Gay, Jason Martin, Ekotski, Foolish Prophets, Ethan Madison, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Guy Ansley, Simon Road, Emperor WSA, Mika Espinosa, George Hage, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Arod Dare, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadel, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Homelike Drop, Vasto Lord, Martin Ramos, Marl Barsha, Hansel Ortega, Karam Faraj, Efrain Hernandez, Luca Gaming WTF, William Locke, Jordan Mersha, Kamal Luke, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibuyol, Putate, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, Lamar, KACP9R, Tony, The Harv, Mike Roch, Matthew Abraham, Drayden Yamauchi. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.